Welcome to Agents of the Brokerage podcast. I am your host, Todd Back, and our guest today is Devon Ramage. Devon, how are you doing today?
Todd.
Thank you.
I had to get 3 in. Ryan got 2 in. I had
Thank
to get
you. Thank you. That's become a thing around the office.
It has.
It's been very nice.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Good, man.
Excited for this.
It's going to be good.
Listen to a bunch of podcasts. Never been on one. So
It's going to be good.
yeah. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
There we go. Perfect. So Devon, as we get going on our conversation in the podcast, give the audience just a quick intro to you.
Yeah. Grew up in Paducah, about 4 hours west of here. Graduated from Paducah Tillman down there. Got a twin brother. Once I grew up playing soccer. Thought I wanted to play soccer in college. Decided that I didn't. Was kind of burnt out on it. So moved up here to work for a local TV station and go to school and never left. Love it up here. I was just talking to another one of our agents. I don't know if I'd live anywhere else.
Perfect.
I love it here.
It's awesome, man.
So
Awesome.
now been here almost 24 years,
That's crazy.
which seems ridiculous.
Never knew that.
Yeah. So yeah, been here 24 years almost.
So as we get into our real estate portion of the show, so why did you get into real estate? Because you were at TV. How long were you in TV?
17 years.
17 years in TV.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. 17 years at Channel 18 here in town and Channel 36.
Okay.
The last, 13 of which were at Channel 18, and just kind of hit a glass ceiling. Wasn't going to go anywhere with the job that I had, which was Director of Creative Services, which is a fancy title for marketing.
Cool.
And so what I would do is I would help local companies, small businesses market their businesses through television ads and commercials. And so we, if I wanted to expand on that, if I wanted to keep going with that, I would have had to move markets. And
Gotcha.
3 kids, don't want to move them.
Gotcha.
And so I talked to my wife and I said, hey, listen, we're kind of at a crossroads. I'm not going anywhere here, but I want to do more. And she said, you've always talked about real estate. Why don't you get your license? And so I did. And that's what led me to get my license. And I kind of have a similar path that Ryan Hilliard had. I would work all day and then go to class at night from 6 to 10. And I was tired for about 6 months.
So when was that? How long have you been in real estate now?
6 years.
So 6 years.
This is my 6th year.
Okay. And then so when you got in it, you were still at the TV station and then taking the classes at night.
Yep.
And then when was that moment where you knew, like, all right, like I'm going to make the transition and go full bore real estate?
I think it was, I realized that I was kind of doing double duty. You know, I was trying to take care of clients at the station, do my edits, do the shoots and that sort of thing. And while I'm doing edits and shoots, I'm getting phone calls about people wanting to go look. And I realized, hey, they want to go look on their lunch break. I can't go on my lunch break. I've got this full-time job. And so I walked into our GM's office and I just, it was one of those, I gave a month notice and then went full time because I wasn't given either side is, the 100%.
And what is that like just for our audience listening who is maybe thinking about, okay, I've got a full-time job, had it for, you said 17 years. You were in that industry.
Yeah.
And what is that like? Because my mom kind of did the same thing where she was at the Hyatt for 20 plus years and then just transitioned to a 100% commission. It's just night and day difference. And so because I know that's something that I think people really struggle with is how do we do, you do both and you make sure you're in a good position to do it. So that's what, just for you, because like, what was that like? Just knowing that, okay, I'm doing this, I'm leaving this career that I was very successful at and I'm getting into this. Just what was that? I'm just so curious. Like, what was that like for you?
Terrifying.
Okay.
it was, and
Yeah,
we,
that's the truth.
we talked about it and we knew, so I did both for about a year. And so it was one where I knew there was an end game at some point.
Yeah.
We weren't sure when. I knew that we had to have, and my wife does very well. And it's one of those where we saved up. Mm-hmm. We knew we wanted to have about 6 to 8 months, maybe 10 months in savings.
Perfect.
Because I had been told, and thank goodness I had somebody tell me, listen, you're not gonna leave this job, jump into real estate, and immediately start having buyers and listings and all this stuff.
Yep.
You've got to give it time. You've got to, work your sphere, so to speak. And
yep.
So we saved up, and I'll be honest, that first month was rough. My financial advisor, if he's listening, will kill me, and he about killed me then. I mean, I had to pull from my 401k to pay the bills.
Right.
And so it's not this, I left and I went out and bought a Range Rover, and it was tough for about a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, but luckily we like I said, we saw that end game. We knew what that year and a half was going to hold. Mm-hmm. And so we prepared for it.
You were ready for it. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
And it's been I love it.
Yeah.
I wish I'd done it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I've told you that before.
Yeah. You're so good at it. And I know your clients love you, and you're so detail oriented, and you're just on top of it. So I just think and that's why was so curious about the transition and how that worked. 'Cause I think that's something people struggle with.
Coming from marketing helped because it was one of those where I was used to helping write scripts, to help promote business and that sort of thing. And basically you just parlay that into, okay, now I'm not helping promote a business, I'm helping promote a property.
Right.
And, so it was kind of a natural, but I had to get those clients.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so I made phone calls and picked up every lead that I could and kind of ran with it. And it may have been 6 or 8 months before I had my first closing.
Yeah.
And it was a good buddy of mine who, if he knew any better, he would not have gone with me, but he trusted me and we got it done and then on his terms and what he wanted. So.
And you got rolling, man. Well, that's awesome. So 6 years in, okay. What is your favorite aspect of real estate? Like what is it that you love?
Making that phone call.
Explain.
Making that phone call to that home buyer, but more specifically that first time home buyer, that, hey, congratulations, your contract was accepted. Congratulations, you own a home. Yep. Now let's get this ball rolling and get to the closing table.
Yeah.
That's just to hear sometimes to hear the joy and the excitement, but sometimes to hear the tears, through the other end of the line. It's just, I may have cried a couple of times.
Yeah. It's
just telling somebody, hey, you just bought your first home.
Yeah.
And knowing that you're a part of that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything better.
Totally agree.
I can't think of anything, but it's just, and even second and third and fourth time home buyers.
Yep.
Hey, congratulations, you have your house under contract and you just got this one accepted.
Yeah.
So let's start this transition now.
Yeah.
It's just, there's nothing like it.
There's really not. And that's one of the amazing things we get to do with our career is that this is, it means something different to different people, but it's your home. And at the end of the day, that's you're going to be spending a great deal of time there, raising a family there, going through your journey there. And it's a huge deal. And I'm not just recently, when I was looking for, my personal home, and it was, you're just trying to find that spot that's perfect for you.
Oh, yeah.
And when I found it, it was just like this moment that was like, this is it. Yeah. And I want it. Like, I don't care what I have to do. I want it. And so when you get that phone call, that's like, hey, you got it. It's like, oh my God.
There's nothing better.
Yeah, that's all. I totally agree, man.
And just hearing what, just hearing that excitement and that, it's just, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's such a good point.
And it's like you don't know until you have made that phone call.
Yeah.
Or until you have heard your realtor call you and say, hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. And I think too, on that as well is, recently I've worked with some sellers that are moving out of state, and I love making that phone call too. It's like, hey, we got an offer. or we got two offers, or we got three, and then you come to it is, man. There is nothing like that's a great point, man. So on the other side of things, okay, I always love hearing this. Yeah. What's your least favorite part of doing what we do?
I'll go back to making that phone call. Making that phone call that you didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I had to do it this past weekend, Derby weekend. I think I put something on the Facebook page about it, about how we came in strong, no contingencies, nothing to sell. I think 8,000 over, 9,000 over, and we didn't get it.
Wow.
And making that phone call to let him know that, hey man, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I don't know the terms that got it, but we didn't get it.
Yeah.
But we'll keep looking. And he was bummed. He took it as well as he could have, but he was bummed. To add insult to injury, the Derby runs. He's got the winning trifecta, and then DQ.
Oh no!
So he gets disqualified. So I had to call him right at the start of the race and tell him, "Hey, listen, I don't want to keep you. I know you're watching the race, but I want to let you know this sooner than later." He calls me back. 24 minutes later, 2 minutes to run and 22 minutes to figure it out. And he said, "Can I just tell you this has been the worst day?" I said, "Buddy, I am sorry."
It's only going up.
Yeah,
we're only getting better from there.
Yeah, we can't get any worse. So let's find you something.
And so, but back on the hunt, he's looked anymore. Yeah, perfect.
He kind of put it on hold just to kind of decompress from the letdown. But we're looking at something this weekend. And it's a strong possibility. Yeah,
and something too. This is kind of off topic, but with the current market that we're in, it's May 2019. Inventory is still short. Demand is still super high. And depending on what price range you're in, I mean, you go under 200,000, goodness gracious, it's even that to the extremes. And what I think sometimes our the public and our clients, we have to explain to them, and that's one of the things I love about at the brokerage is that when we have our collaboration hours, we talk about this stuff, and we're getting real-time data from everybody about what's going on in the market.
Certainly.
And it's like, sometimes if someone's coming in and they're doing 100% financing and they want a complete property inspection and have appraisal clause and there's 8 offers, I mean, you probably are, no matter what type of letter that they write to the owners about how bad they want the home, more than likely there's going to be a more attractive offer with better financing terms, with better inspection terms, with better appraisal terms. Like that all goes into the pot. And it's like you do the best you can, but if somebody comes in and is going to pay all cash with 20,000 above ask, it's like, our hands are tied. Yeah, I mean it's hard to beat, and I think that's the real hard part about what we're doing right now is those offers are out there, and it's tough.
And that's what beat us. I mean, in a higher price range, we just had one that was 300, and we came in full ask with an escalation clause well above asking price.
Yep,
got beat out. I think they had 8 offers at 300.
Wow,
and we got beat out by all cash.
Yep,
no appraisal.
Well.
And I told him, I said, and gosh, it was heartbreaking to make that phone call.
Yeah,
but I had to tell him that it didn't matter what we came in with.
Yeah,
we were going to get beat by that offer.
Yep.
But I also think that on the selling side, that's why it's nice. That's why it's good to have an agent on the selling side.
Yep.
You and I talked about this the other day. It's not the first offer is not always the best one.
Yep.
We don't want just the first offer.
Yep.
We want the perfect offer for you.
Exactly. Yep.
And so I think that's why it's good to be represented from a selling side.
Yep.
It's more than just price.
Yep.
It's more than just closing date.
Mm-hmm.
It's inspection. It's financing. It's, just a myriad of other, things that go into making that offer.
Yep.
Hey, this is the one that suits you.
Yep.
I know this one looks attractive from a price and closing standpoint. This one is the one I think is best.
Yeah. True. And it all comes with experience and being around. Yeah, that's exactly right.
This one will have the least amount of roadblocks.
Right. Exactly.
You kind of see.
Yep.
This one may run into something.
Yep. Yep.
So I think that's why it's good to be represented on the selling side.
Yep. Totally agree. So all right. We know this business is crazy. You just talked about how that offer, which in any market typically is accepted, like, and people are jumping for joy, right?
Yeah.
So what keeps you in this business? Because it's a roller coaster business. It's a nothing guaranteed business. So what keeps you in it?
Just the clients. Two things. One, the clients. Just getting to meet new people, getting to work with them. I always tell everybody that that I close with, I don't want this relationship to end at the closing table. Like, we're now friends. If we have something at our house, we're going to invite you.
Yeah.
Let's go have lunch. Let's go have coffee. Let's go grab a drink after work.
Yep.
So I don't want it to end at the closing table. I want them to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you get in that house, you have an issue with your roof, you have an issue with call me. Yep. I've got somebody that I can get you in contact with.
Yep.
If you're just moving here, let's go have dinner.
Yep.
Let me show you around. We've got a Lexington guide here. I just had a couple move from San Antonio. Here's a Lexington guide.
Yeah.
I don't want you to just move here and then never.
Yeah.
You're not just a transaction.
Yeah.
Like, you're now a friend of mine. You're now part of my client community, so to speak.
Right.
And it's just that's it. And then the second thing is flexibility.
Yeah.
Kids in band and kids and playing soccer and kids and different things at school. Being able to go see their performances, and if they're doing something in the middle of the day, chances are I can scoot out for half an hour.
Yep.
And go see it. Where if you're in the corporate world, it's kind of hard to do that.
So talk to me a little bit more about the client community that you create, because I know that that's something I think you do really well, is create that community with the people that are in your database and in your sphere, and how you cater to them, and you are always making sure they know what's going on. You're there to help them with whatever they need.
Yeah. Talk
a little bit about like why that is so important to you and your business.
Well, I think one, it's just letting them know that, and I know it sounds kind of cheesy, maybe cliche, but you're not alone. It's one of those where, hey, if anything comes up, I've got a client community on Facebook. It's a private Facebook page called Rockstar Client Community.
Boom.
And so anybody that I work with, I send them an invite and I add them to it. So it's where people can bounce ideas off. Hey, I've got this, whatever. I need a French drain.
Yep.
Anybody know anybody that has done it? Oh yeah, I just had that done. So
that's awesome.
It's a way to kind of, as we always say here, it's a way to collaborate.
Yep.
It's a way to just stay in touch with them.
Yep.
I do giveaways.
Yep.
On it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a good way to just stay in touch and let them know that they're important.
Yeah.
Like, you are important to my business.
Yeah. Yeah. And
from a referral standpoint.
Yeah.
Hey, let me know if you had a good experience. Let a friend know.
Yeah.
If you hear them saying that they want to, looking to move or looking to sell or whatever.
Yep.
Hey, listen, this guy, he took care of me.
Right. So, and I just think that's so important to what we do, and where the future of real estate is going, is just to have that community, and just to make sure they know how important they are to your business. I think is one of the top priorities that we have, because that's what we're doing. We're catering to our clients and making sure that they know how important they are, and we do it the best way we can, and stay in touch. Like, I can't tell you how many people, it's like the stat that's always out there that 80% of past clients say they would work with their realtor again, but only 20% do.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's because they fall out of touch and they don't hear from them, or they get the one, like here in Lexington, the one Kentucky basketball magnet at the end, so it's like, so every September they'll get that magnet, but that's it. And so that's one of the things I think we're doing well here, and we talk about a lot, is just making sure, because I think we all know that, of course we know our clients are important, but it's like, well, you have to show them that they're important. Like, you can't just know it in your head. Like, you have to make sure they know that they're a vital part of your business. Like, if you're going to be in business in 5 years, you better make sure your clients know how important they are today, and keep doing it,
Well, and the reason I want to do that is you as my client, you have allowed me to feed my family.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have allowed me to take my family on a vacation, maybe, or whatever. You've allowed me to do that.
Right.
Why wouldn't you be grateful?
Right.
Why wouldn't you be just catering to those folks?
Yeah.
I've got one person who we looked for a year and a half, got her into her perfect home. She loves it. I think she has probably sent 9 or 10 referrals my way.
Awesome. Yeah.
I will do anything for her.
Yeah.
You want tickets to something? I'll get them for you. You want some swag from the, okay.
Done.
So it's one of those where you have to take care of them.
Yeah.
Because you allow me to do the things that I do.
Yeah.
So let me give back.
Yeah.
And that's one thing the brokerage is so good at.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, you do a great job of it. I love watching and listening to you share your stories. It's awesome, man. So 6 years in, all right. So if you could go back, all right, we got 2019 now. So if you could go back 6 years, what's something that you know now that you wish you knew, 6 years ago, and what was that, 2013? That young Devon Ramage thought he's going to light the world on fire, and then 6 years later, you're like, man, I wish you knew this. What would that be?
Hang in there. Hang in there. I mean, because that first year was, for most, that first year is rough.
Yep.
Unless you're just some anomaly that, that first year's rough. That's what I would tell him. Just hang in there. It's going to get better. You're going to get clients. You're going to get, buyers. You're going to get, the good thing about getting buyers when you're young, or when you're young to the profession, is in 3 or 4 years, they're probably going to sell.
Right.
And now you have, so that, and just get out and meet people. I'm somewhat of an introvert when it comes to meeting new people. It's just not my strong suit. And so, but just getting out and meeting and just talking about wearing your realtor hat, when you're out in public. We've got a bunch of brokerage, apparel here. I wear my hat, and literally I wear my hat.
Yeah.
But even when I'm not, wear that realtor hat. If somebody mentions something about the market, chime in and say, oh, I heard you say this. Here's what I know. And just put it out there. Have a card on you. Have a digital card. I've got one on my phone. If I don't have any physical cards on me, hey, give me your phone number really quickly. I'll text my card to you. Yep. So just hang in there, get out there and meet people and know people and be genuine about it. Don't be salesy. Don't be, be genuine about it, because it's going to come up.
Yep.
And people are going to ask you what you do. So
that's a great point, man. Just the hang in there and stay strong, and just know that, why you're doing what you do, and surround yourself with great people, and just keep chopping wood, keep at it. Like, it's going to, like, something good will happen, from good habits that you create. And I think that's something that, it's so true, because a lot of people, you don't have success in 6 months. They're like, this isn't working. I'm done. Yeah. And then, well, if they would have just kept on, as long as they're doing the right things, it's like good things are going to happen. But if you're not doing the right things, you could do it 6 years or 10 years. It doesn't matter.
It's not going to matter. Yeah. Because you don't have good practices in place. Yeah. I read something the other day. I think Abraham Lincoln said it. If the best way to predict your future is to create it.
Oh.
So create those good practices early, and you will predict the way you do in any profession, but especially real estate.
Yeah.
Just lay in place those practices and do it with a genuine heart. Yep. Somebody early on told me that focus on the client and everything else will fall into place.
Yep.
You start just focusing on the money. Yep. You're not going to last very long. And I love that.
Yeah. And that's something, man, I could go on a whole tangent about this, but I just feel that, there's not a clear book that's out there on, hey, this is how you be successful in real. This is it. Just do this. And everything is so, I think it's so dependent on who the person is. Like, how are you going to get your business? Like, what are your lead? Like, how are you going to get your clients? Yeah. And I think it's something that when people lose focus of some of those things, that it just becomes, it's just an uphill battle. And I know that now, especially, a lot of people are getting in this business, and I just think it's more important than ever that you are surrounded by people that are going to put you in the best position to succeed. And that's a little different for everybody, but I know that, there's certain environments that I think set people up for failure. And
Yes.
I just think that there's a lot of those out there right now. And it's kind of taking the low-hanging fruit. And I'm like, well, you already know that, two out of 10 people will make it. And I think if you go into an environment like that, man, I just think they're setting themselves up for failure, and you can't do anything about it. But you can just say, hey, just surround yourself with the best people possible. If you think those are the best people possible for your business, go for it.
Yeah.
But just make sure you go into it with that mindset. It's like you want to be surrounded by the best. And I just think if people don't do that, they're in trouble.
No, and I agree with you. And I think that's what I love about working here is the fact that we're not competing with each other. I'm not competing with you. I'm not competing with anybody else in this office.
Yeah.
If I have an issue or if I have a question, hey, what would you guys do?
Yep.
You got 10 people jumping in to say, I've had that issue. Here's what I would do.
Yep.
Or, anything like that. It's just, you're right. Surround yourself with good people.
Say that Abe Lincoln quote again. What was that?
The best way to predict your future is to create it.
Yeah. And
I think that's huge.
Yeah. And it's the whole creating. And I think about opportunity, about creating. Like sometimes if, you're patient and you're doing it and the opportunity is not there, like sometimes you have to create the opportunity. And that's, something that we do. Sometimes you have to create it. Like if it's not there, create it. And you keep doing it, you keep going, and you create it. And anyway, we're getting off track.
Well, but I agree with you. And I think it's one of those things that this model, people are trying to recreate this.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen.
Yeah. No.
Because I just feel like you said, we have surrounded ourselves with the right people.
Yeah. I think
that's what it takes.
Yeah. I think in any business, it's all about the people. Like you can slap whatever name you want up there, but if you don't have the right people in the right places, over time, it won't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It won't matter.
And that's with any company.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Any company. Like you're just not going to do it. Like it.
Well, and one more thing I would say to 6 year ago me.
Yeah.
Try things.
Yeah.
You're going to fail.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to fail. It's not in me. It's not my personality to door knock. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's just not I'm sweating right now thinking about it,
And I think in today's world, that's just a practice that is not, people, I don't know. Some people say they do it and have success. I still don't exactly know who those people are here locally. Right. But I know, like, if you get door knockers now, it's just different. It's different than I think how it used to be with that, yes. Right? And so, yeah.
When I was a kid and the doorbell rang, we all ran to the door to see who it was. Yeah. Now the doorbell rings, I'm muting the TV. I'm telling the kids to hide. Like, do not go across that hallway.
You're getting on your knees on the floor, peeking through the window. Yeah. Like, who is that? Like, if that's not an Amazon truck,
we weren't expecting anybody.
We were not expecting that. Yes, I don't want a security system. No.
Right.
That's so funny, man. But we could get on. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. We're getting off topic.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so back to it. So give me because a lot of moments happen in real estate, right? Like good and bad. And so I'm sure you've had your fair share of memorable moments, but what's something that sticks out to you that's maybe your most memorable that you'll never forget?
I have two.
Oh.
And I won't expound too much on both of them for time reasons. But the first one is, and we've talked about it, and anybody who knows me knows that I have a fantastic relationship with my ex-wife.
Yeah.
We are still good friends. We talk probably every day. My wife now and my ex-wife are great friends. So, and we did all that for the kids, and that's a whole nother podcast.
Yes.
But when we got divorced, her dad has done very well for himself. She moved in with him, had like a whole level to herself, all that stuff. But when it came time for her to buy her next home, she called me.
Okay.
And so one of the coolest things that I've done, and it was very early on, she was maybe my, second or third client.
Okay.
And I helped her find her home.
Okay.
And that's where my boys are going to live for 50% of the time.
Right. Right.
And so one of the coolest things was, first of all, hearing people's reactions. Your realtor's who? You're helping who? But that's just, that's the relationship that we have.
Yeah.
So one of the coolest things was being at that closing table when she was able to buy her next home.
Yep.
Where our children are going to be for the 50% of the time.
Yep.
And just maintaining that relationship with her.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah. And that is a separate, but that's something I really admire and respect about you. And I just think that's great. What you guys have done and are doing and what that's doing for the kid. I just think that's awesome, man.
Yeah, we go on vacations together, all of us. I now have a wife and a child with her, and my wife, my ex-wife, and 3 kids. We went to Disney last year, and it was awesome.
Modern fam.
That's
there
right.
You go.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Second one would be my now in-laws, helping them move here.
Yeah.
Helping them get that house that got them closer to their grandson and their children, and it was a great one.
That's awesome.
So
they're here.
They're
now?
Here in Lexington now.
That's
yeah.
great.
So,
that's great.
And they were only about an hour away, but
yeah,
Sunday dinners and things like that. Driving an hour and driving, so now it's 10 minutes.
Love it.
And so it's great. So those two are probably my favorite that I've that stick out when you ask that question.
Yeah, there is something to like helping family and just it is a fun. Yeah, I totally agree, man. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
My pleasure.
So
it's my pleasure, Todd.
Yeah, I was going to say we're going to talk about this for a second here. So Devon says
my next job will be at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, he could step into Chick-fil-A right now and be like he would need no training because he says my pleasure. How many times do you think a day?
Probably 20 or 30. It's my go-to. My pleasure and no worries.
It's amazing, and that's one thing I love. I love that his attitude is always just spot on. I love it. I love the guy. But okay, I do want. Let's get into some favorites. All right, I love hearing this. Yeah. So just. You're everywhere around town. Mm-hmm. You've got kids. So give us like some of your current favorites locally around Lexington. Like where are you guys going to eat? Where do you like going to hang out? Any favorite spots? Just lay it on me.
So our big one with our kids is Ramseys.
Oh,
love Ramseys. You get the blackened catfish with French fries, green beans, and squash and onions.
There we go. Well,
just saying, every single time.
That's awesome.
My wife no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But no, Ramseys. And when Ramseys, so my kids go to Maxwell. I went to Maxwell.
Yeah.
When Ramseys was right there on the corner, every Friday night we'd pick them up and we'd walk to Ramseys.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so and now we're out in the Tates Creek area, so we go into that one. We love it. We love it. So
that's the number one spot.
That's our go-to. That and Shamrocks.
Oh yes.
In Heartland.
Yep.
That's a go-to. My youngest one always. He's 4 years old. He always says, "Can we go to Shamrock?"
See,
and
Shamrocks, which I think is so cool because I've got some friends that live in the Heartland area. It's that neighborhood spot that I just think we're losing that with the way subdivisions are created now.
Yeah.
But that is something really cool about that whole little shop because we lived there for a little bit growing up in Heartland, and that was always like the go-to. I remember riding my bike down in the summertime when they would do they'd cook like hot dogs and hamburgers and have Coca-Colas for like everything was a quarter. I was like, this is fantastic.
Oh,
this is great.
Now it's $25.
Yeah, now. All right, so we got Ramseys, Shamrocks.
Yeah,
what do you get at Shamrocks? I want to know. Do you do the classic?
See,
aren't they a burger place?
They are a burger joint. So
okay.
I have celiac disease, so I typically don't get the burger. If I do, I get it without the bun.
Gotcha.
I sound like such a nerd.
No.
Or I get a salad.
Okay.
And French fries.
There you go.
With ranch.
Oh man, now we're talking.
Your favorite?
I love ranch.
You love ranch?
No,
more mayonnaise.
Oh gosh. Stop.
But no, we go to. No, we do. We like Shamrocks. It is. I don't know if we've ever been. I don't know if we've been in there and not seen somebody we know from the neighborhood and just chatted with them, and you get to know the waitress. You get to know everybody. So
yeah,
that's a good spot.
What about around town? Anywhere you and your wife like to go, or anywhere you and the kids go? Like any spots that stick out? Any go-tos, or are you just everywhere?
My wife and I we don't get out much.
Oh gosh.
If we have a night without the kids, it's usually sitting on the couch.
Hey, little recharge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually sitting on the couch or the back deck.
Yes.
No, if we get out, I mean, we like anything BHG.
Yeah.
Tony's.
Yep.
If we're feeling frisky, we
Like
go down
it.
there.
Like it.
No, honestly, and it sounds so old man of me, but if the kids are at friend's house or staying with grandparents or whatever, we usually are parked on the couch or in bed by like 8:30.
There we go.
You know,
Yes.
because
Hey,
we're old.
I'm saying.
Or I am. I'm not calling her old. I'm old. But no, it's no, like I said, we'll hit Tony's or hit.
Yeah.
We like Merrick Inn.
Yeah.
Merrick, that's just a cool spot.
Perfect.
Timeless.
Timeless. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, what about vacation? Do you have any favorite getaway spots?
Anywhere beach.
Anywhere beach.
Yeah.
Beach guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hilton Head.
Yeah.
We just took the kids to Hilton Head. Well, last summer.
Yeah.
Right before we launched, we had just gotten back from Hilton Head.
Yeah.
Charleston, went there for my 40th, and we love South Carolina. We love Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, we anything beach.
Beach. I agree. That's
Yeah.
me. Anywhere, water, beach. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I'm in my happy place.
Anywhere I can relax.
Yeah.
Hear that ocean, feel that breeze.
Nothing like it. And it's getting to be vacation season. I'm starting to see people. My parents are in Florida this week somewhere, and I'm just like, soon. I can't wait.
I'm just gonna close my eyes for a second.
I know. Yeah. What about specifically like locally here in Central Kentucky? Like, what's a place you wish people knew more about? That your days at the TV station that maybe you've seen, or just in real estate being around. Like, is there a spot that you're like, man, I wish more people knew about this place?
I'll tell you, we just talked about it before we started, and I think they're gaining a ton of popularity. Jake's Cigar Bar out in Brandon.
Yeah.
It's man, they've got a cool new spot.
That new building looks insane.
Oh, it's straight out of HGTV. It's got it looks like barnwood, and it's got it's very industrial, but it's cool. It's a really cool spot.
Yeah.
It's just a cool spot to hang out.
Yeah.
Have a cigar if that's your thing, but they've got, they can make just about any drink that you want, and it's just a really, really cool spot.
Yeah.
And my family, we always go to Rough River. We go to Rough River every summer.
And that's Western Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Litchfield.
Okay.
About an hour and a half from here.
Cool.
And it's a state resort park, so you go down there, you get a cabin.
Yeah, talk about that for a second, because I think this is something that the cabin and the state and the parks is something that we have accessible to us, and I just feel like a lot of people you don't even know where. And some people it's like, oh yeah, of course, but for a lot of people, if you didn't grow up doing it, you just don't know that that's like a thing. Yeah. And so how does it work?
We go every year. So my mom, she sets it up. It's usually right around. I have a twin brother. It's usually right around our birthday. So this year we're going end of June, I believe. We go down for 3 days. We take all the kids. My brother has 2 kids. And we get cabins. And I mean, right there next to each other. My mom gets one. My brother and his wife get one. My wife and I get one. And then we get one for the kids.
Oh, boy.
And so
that's awesome.
And so we just, we go down there. We stay a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We rent boats and tool around on, I think it's Lake Nolan.
Really?
It's awesome.
I'm going to have to get details from you on this,
really
because
cool.
I want to, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
And if you don't want to do the lake thing, they've got a pool.
Yeah.
They've got tennis courts. They've got a little beach set. I mean, it's really, really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we enjoy it. We look forward to it every year.
Nice, man. I love that. So, all right. Give us the scoop here. We want to know something, and I heard you mention something earlier, and I hope you bring it up.
Ryan Hilliard. I think Ryan called me out.
Something that people don't know about you that you'd like to share.
So when I was at the TV station, I'll share 2 things. When I was at the TV station, I had the pleasure of working with Back Construction was one of our clients. There was a gentleman there named Mike who wanted to branch out and start his own HVAC company. Mm-hmm. And so he kind of solicited our help and, what are we going to do and how are we going to brand this and that sort of thing. And he came up with the Comfort Man.
Okay.
And so I was just doing a read one day. I said, hey, here's an idea I have for a spot. Let's, how about we say, because when your HVAC goes out, you want someone there like now.
Yep.
Yesterday.
Yep.
And so I wrote a script. I did a read for him. I put it to video, and the last line was, I'm on my way. And so that was years ago. That was probably 10 years ago. Yeah. So I became the voice of the Comfort Man. Which
the commercials still run, right?
They do.
So when we see the Comfort Man commercials and you hear, I'm on my way, that's you.
Yep. When you hear the very end.
Go ahead and say it again. Go ahead. Here we go, folks.
Sorry, I got to get ready.
Hold on.
No, at the very end, usually it says, call the Comfort Man at 859-COMFORT. I'm on my way.
There he is.
So, and I just came up with this, I'm on my way, because that's what you want.
Yes.
You want somebody to be there.
Yes.
And so the Comfort Man, he's a superhero. I'm on my way.
Perfect.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm the voice of the Comfort Man.
There we go.
So,
there we have it.
Yeah, folks. and they've kept it. I've cut that thing so many times that I think they just have like a little clip that they throw at the end of. But I love it. Great company, great. Mike was awesome to work with.
Yeah.
Second thing is I've won an Emmy.
What?
I won an Emmy for
Emmy winner?
Yeah.
You need to get that on your business card. My goodness.
It's very small print.
Yes.
For a story that a great reporter, she's now down in Knoxville, her name's Amanda Hara. She and I did a story on out at Keeneland on Spec Alexander. He is the gate starter. He's the race starter.
Really?
So if you're out there watching, there's a platform right in front of the gate.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy walks up. He's got a little hat on. Usually if it's cool, he's got a trench coat on.
Yeah.
He's the gate starter. And so we talked to him about his job and how long he's done it in his life. And went back. We shot it, went back and edited it. And she did a heck of a job writing it. And we submitted it for Emmys. And and won. We won an Emmy.
Wow! Congratulations!
Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yeah,
that needs to be in your bio. Emmy winner.
Yeah,
come on.
Well, I don't like
man.
That. I don't like that.
That's cool.
But yeah, so
sweet.
We won an Emmy.
Wow. Well, I've not won an Emmy, so you got that on me.
Well, she won it. I tagged along.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I do have one. It's got my name on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like at your house right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Sitting on a bookshelf.
Wow. Well, when I post this out, I think you need to add that to the comments, a little picture of it. That'd be good.
I will.
Okay.
She holds the globe or the.
Yeah.
It's broken.
Oh, here we go.
It's kind of hanging on an arm right now.
Here we go.
So I'll see if I can get that. I'll see if I can get that fixed.
Love it, man.
I'll super glue it.
Well, Devon, as we wrap this up.
Yeah.
So being in real estate, being a realtor, right? I just think now more than ever, there's just so many, like this business and this career is I think limitless. And I think different people get in it for different reasons. Right. And what is your why when it comes to why you're in real estate, why you're doing this? Like what's at the heart of it? Because you're a talented guy. You could be doing anything. Like but what's your why to why you're doing this?
My family. Hands down. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
They are my why. Being able to, just little things, being able to just put food on the table for them, being able to, take them with me and hopefully, God willing, if they want to, they see that dad's working and providing for them, taking them with me on some occasions. If any of my old clients are listening, they've probably met my kids because they've been with me at some point. Just them.
Yeah.
And that's the, I don't know if you want me to expound it, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's my why. Knowing that they, and there are times, and this, that after dinner, you have to jump in the office or after, you got to take a phone call. And I try to limit that, but it is something to where I want them to know that if I do have to jump out of dinner, which is very rare, and take a phone call or jump in the office, they know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was, hey, he's doing that because he's working for us.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean,
I love it.
it's my family.
Yeah. And I think too, man, like I'm very, very similar. And where it, just when things do, when you're like, I gotta stick with it. I gotta hang in there. I gotta do it. I gotta get back to these things, at the heart of it, why you're doing it. And you just, if that doesn't push you, then you may need to find something else to do.
And if I can't, and you and I've talked about this, if I can't go home at night and look my kids in the eye, lay my head down, look myself in the mirror without a clear conscience, I'm not doing what I need to do.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, they're it. Braces are expensive. Man, I got to pay for those things.
So I feel for my parents, man. I had a lot of visits to the orthodontist. So I know my son's orthodontist. We're on a first name basis. No, but it's them. I love it, man.
It's them.
That's perfect. That's a good way to wrap it up. Yeah. And guys, Devon is. I've had the pleasure of getting to know him over the last 8 months, and I'm a big believer in we're all on our journeys, and you never know when you're going to cross paths with different people. But man, I just feel very fortunate, very lucky to get to know Devon a little bit better. He's a huge asset to our company, and very grateful for you, man. So thank you for sharing today. And any final thoughts or words?
No, I'll just kind of tag on that. Just I feel blessed and honored and privileged to be a part of this company. I don't think there's any place like it. I don't think that this type of setup and collaboration is gonna be recreated by anybody. Because I think it, like you said earlier, it takes that group of people that do it. You can try, but if you don't have that core and you don't have that group of people, it's just not going to work. So I'm thrilled to be a part of this thing from the get-go, and I cannot wait to see what's to come.
Yeah.
So I'm honored.
I agree, man. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
It's his pleasure. I'm Todd Back. He's Devon Ramage. Make sure to subscribe, iTunes, Spotify, videos on YouTube, and we'll have new episodes weekly. And we want to thank you so much for watching and for listening, and we really, really appreciate it. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Done.
Was that okay?
That was great.
You feel like it was good?
That was great, man. That was awesome. I love it.
I do too. That's fun.
I love it.